doing like a big long intro anymore. I feel like it's just like we spent so long talking about bongs and dildos at the beginning of the episode already. Like, do we need an intro?
I don't think we need to.
Okay.
Poop on My Tits Tuesday.
Poop on My Tits Tuesday. I'm Princess Capella, and I'm joined by none other than Joshita. Hey.
I'm a virgin again, just so everybody knows.
Wait, how did you do that? Because I'm trying to get that done.
I find my name in a book. And it was like in the woods at night, whatever.
Oh my gosh. Last week on Drag Race All Stars 10 was the wrapping roast with Mistress Isabelle Brooks and Jorgeous in the top with a double win. They both now have 4.5 points. So to start off the episode with the Kumbaya Club with the MVP points. MVQ.
MVQ.
Nicole gives her point to Colby because that's what she had wanted to do the week before. Kerri gives her point to Lydia Kollins because they kind of have alliance tea. Tina gives her point to the div, Nicole Paige Brooks.
The div.
And Butthole gives her point to Colby, kind of cementing that like cheeky deal they had from last week.
That cheeky little cute little smart little deal.
Tina Burner kind of starts freaking out once Lydia gives her point. But it's like, did that actually seem genuine to you? I feel like Tina actually didn't care and production was just like, no, you guys had an alliance. You have to act like it was really important.
Yeah, I feel like there was, because she definitely, like if she was really that mad, I feel like it would have all came out like immediately and it would have been a little bit more explosive, but I feel like it was a bit more of a slow burn, no pun intended, where it was like it happened, she didn't get any points, and then like the next day when they came back into the workroom, it was like still the first thing that she was talking about, and it was like she thought about that shit overnight, and it is bothering her because they were in her ear, like you're saying, like producers were probably like, oh, this sucks, you guys had a fucking alliance.
For this week's challenge, we have Starbooty, the Rebooty. It's a Rusical with kind of two battling factions. One is evil, one is not.
Also, I like kind of hated the way that they did this Rusical. Like,
yeah, why?
I feel like it wasn't fleshed out enough. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was kind of short. And I feel like there wasn't a lot of story to it. It was just like, we are puss, we are this. And it was all everybody. And like, maybe they were trying to pull from like how good All Stars 9 Rusical was.
Yeah.
That kind of had that same vibe, but like, I don't know. This one was just kind of weird. I didn't like the way that it was set up.
It was a little bit strange. I also felt it was somewhat short. Mistress is kind of acting like she orchestrated all of the roles, like handing out all of the roles. But I think it was more just like people could not be bothered to like fight about who was going to be in a specific role. You know what I mean?
Well, she did kind of push it, and she was like, I want to be the mastermind.
Yeah, but I don't think she actually was. I think it was just people didn't want to like deal with her. The first queen in Starbooty, the Rebooty, is none other than Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. How did you feel about her performance?
She was a little stiff, I'm not gonna lie. She really didn't do much moving around. She just kind of walked around a little bit and like some stuff with her hands. I don't know. I love her so much. I just wanted it to be bigger. Like her voice wasn't bad.
Yeah.
She sounded okay. I did put her in, but is it fashion for this one?
Okay. The movement is in her eyes.
It's in her eyes and her face, mama.
She looked gorgeous. This hair and this little red dress is so cute. I just love this.
She did look like a prostitute.
Yeah, she does. She looks like Pretty Woman down. She's giving
Pretty Woman down.
It was the whole performance, like you're saying, it was a little understated. I think it could have gone a little bit further, but I do also think that like what was like where there was no real like dimension in this character. Her lyrics were literally just like, walk on stage, I'm coffee, all the men want their shot. And then like that's it.
Well, that can also be said for every other queen too.
And I'm gonna say it for every other queen.
And I'm gonna fucking say it.
I did actually also put her in.
But is it fashion?
Next up was Tina Burner.
This was, I don't have any notes. I'm not gonna lie. I think that Tina bodied this fucking challenge. I think she ate every other girl on the stage up, regardless of what the judges ended up saying. I thought she was 100% theater. I thought she gave energy. I thought she put fucking attitude to her character. She gave it a personality. Like, she covered all the bases. And I think she was, like, this was wrong of what ended up happening. Tina's my Slayana this week.
Slayana all day.
Wow, love that.
She smashed this. I fully will die on the hill that I think she deserved a top 2 place.
I totally agree. I think there were 2 queens that were robbed this week, and Tina was one of them. Her makeup and her outfit in this too are amazing.
Like,
She
come
looks
on,
great
her
in this color.
wig.
Yeah, she looks beautiful. She killed the choreo. Like First Mate Kate saying, her dancing was really on point. I loved she was doing kind of a voice, like a character with a voice too, and she stayed in that character like the whole time. It worked really well. My only note is that like this role was supposed to be the butch role, and you know,
Yes.
it didn't necessarily give me butch, but it also like where was the opportunity to like present a butch character unless you were going to stereotypically dress like a butch lesbian?
I know,
and
and
you
it's
don't
like
necessarily want to do that. You know what I mean?
the one time she gets a role where she's supposed to be butch and she's the softest she's ever fucking looked.
Oh my god, First Mate Kate, we're twinsies.
But yeah, no, that is the real, like, that's, if there's anything, that's it. But like, I don't know. I thought she fucking slayed this for sure.
She did. I had her an all right mama, but I don't mind bumping her up to Slayana.
Give Tina her flowers.
Slayana
Tita
all
Burter.
day.
Slayanta.
Tita Burntress.
And the final girl of the first group of queens is Kerri Colby.
Kerri surprised me a little bit. I didn't think she would be able to kind of pull off that like ditzy stupid thing the whole time, and I think she did a pretty good job. So here's my thing on The Voice. Like, Austin says, he was like, oh my god, that's horrible. Why did they tell her to do that? And I thought it was like stupid enough that it like worked, and she kept it going. And she really, I think, out of everybody had like the most like prominent character.
Yes.
I don't like, and she really leaned into being like goofy and physical, which is very different for her when it, like, and it doesn't really usually work when she tries to step out. So I was really surprised with this. I'm not sure if I would prefer to have her or Tina. No, I would prefer Tina just because of the runway, which we'll get into, I think, is the reason for that. But I did still put her in All Right Mama.
All right.
Okay. I
She did a great job.
Yeah, for me, Kerri was the standout of this group.
In the
well, actually,
boobs.
like, of the whole Rusical. Like, she literally looks like RuPaul, like in this kind of Pam Anderson hair. And seeing her finally go for something humorous and actually having that payoff, especially because she took the role that was like easy for her, you know, like it's the pretty girl, like of course that's the one Kerri's gonna take, and she was kind of pushed towards, but she still was able to surprise you with that characterization, and I was really impressed. I actually had her in Slayana.
Slayana all day.
Quinta. Oh my god, should we put them both in Slayana this week?
Let's do it. So then we go on to the Agents of Puss, starting off with Mistress Isabelle Brooks.
There was zero character in this. There was like no person. There was no injected person. She was just being Mistress. A.
Yeah.
B. I hate this outfit. And there's been many times, and it's most of the time, to be honest, where she does well enough to where it actually kind of pisses me off because I'm not a big fan of her. But like, I give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
And I think she really could have pushed this a lot further. Like, she has it in her. Like, when she first came out and like yelled or whatever, I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. And then it was just like, what are you doing? Like, this is kind of weird. And I think she had the least character out of everybody. But I had her at the bottom of But Is It Fashion?
Okay.
It wasn't like she like shit on the stage or
Yeah.
anything, but like
Yeah,
I was just like, what? I expected
I'm
more.
not a fan of hair outfits usually. This
yeah,
one,
me neither.
I like the top of it, but I get kind of lost in the bottom because I think the two shapes kind of blend together a bit too much. I'm not really crazy about that, but I do like the mug and the hair do look amazing. I thought she did well with the dancing, but I do agree that like where her character for her Rusical, like on season 13?
15.
My bad. Was the wig loose Rusical, and she had like a strong character, was like similar in a way too, where she was kind of the evil, teacher.
Dom.
Yeah. And but she pushed it so much farther then, where in this case it seemed like it wasn't fully realized, and all of these solos
agree.
were so short that you really had to like nail that delivery, and I don't think she nailed it. So I did also have her in But Is It Fashion?
Oh, agreed.
Next up is Lydia Butthole Kollins.
Lydia, Miss Butthole. I think she looked really good. I think she really looks the part in this, for sure. She's like an evil little demon twink. I'm like, I live for that. And she's super pale. I think she did a good job, but here's the thing. I love Lydia.
Yeah.
I love Lydia. I want Lydia to make it as far as possible. But I don't think she was like all that great in this. Like, I seriously, like, I don't know, like, it felt kind of the same as Mistress to me. Like, it was like, okay, like, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're not like fucking it up, all the words, but like, I don't have a ton of character that's coming out through this. I just think I feel like it's Lydia, because she's always kind of kooky and a little bit dark, you know what I mean? So I feel like it almost might have been a better idea for her to go on the other team,
right,
and be like glam. And there was she was in a confessional, she was like, oh, I can't wait to just be like, oh. And it was like, you should have done that in the other group and like replaced, I don't know, whatever. But I don't know. I gave this, I couldn't decide between like low All Right Mama and like high But Is It Fashion.
Okay. I can help you choose here. What I really loved about Lydia's verse was Leland being the lyrical genius that he is, rhyming "mess with me and you'll meet your maker" with "ka ka 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 ka." Art, mama, art.
That was one of my favorite parts.
So fucking good. I thought she did well, but I do think that she could have gone so much further. Like, she was so close, and there were moments of it where you saw this really brilliant characterization of this villain coming through, but she wasn't fully putting her face into it. It was like so close. It was so close, and that's why it was like disappointing that it didn't quite make it there. To me, this could have been a Slayana if she could have gotten it all the way there. But I did put it in All Right Mama.
All right.
So we can put her low All Right Mama.
Okay, sounds good.
We have Jorgeous.
I loved Jorgeous in this. I'm not gonna lie. I think Jorgeous kind of like embodied it. And there was like a good little bit of characterization. I do think that Jorgeous could have taken it a little bit further with it, but I think for Jorgeous it was really good. Love the look, love the performance. I mean, honestly, this was really good. I think, to be honest, even though it's it's not like in my fantasy, but like I feel like Jorgeous probably did do the best in this, and then the second spot is like up for grabs.
Really?
But then there's Tina. I don't know. I'm so gay. I don't know. Jorgeous is like either Slayana or All Right Mama. I don't know.
Okay. I thought it was nice to see Jorgeous lean into a character a little bit more, but
Yeah.
I feel the need to point out that she only did that character with like the side mouth like mob talk for that one section.
12 seconds.
Yeah, for that one section. So like when she actually got to her solo, it was completely gone. Where like Kerri and Tina both had like a character voice that they were doing, and they did their entire song in those voices.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was why, to me, I thought they did just a little bit better. So I had put her at all right.
All
We can put her
right.
in the top though.
Okay.
Top of Ari Mama.
Okay.
There is the tier list. Read it in.
Whamala bamala. Okay, and then here's the other really most important part of this whole thing is the built for fucking slightly chubby member of
That
the
daddy.
dance pit crew.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The
Oh my God.
representation.
Can we please give it a Slayana?
Yes.
What's higher than a
Slayana all
Slayana?
day.
I don't know what is higher than a Slayana. You know
My
what?
shorts.
He gets a poop on my tits, honey.
He gets a poop on my tit. He gets a golden poop on my
He
tit.
gets the golden poop on my tits, mama. First on the runway is Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
What did you think here?
I really want to like this. It's just... I feel like if you took 1 to 2 elements of this away, like you wouldn't even be able to tell what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you took away any single piece of like the leathery stuff, like you wouldn't know what this was.
You could say the same.
It's
for
just
Georgia's
very-
outfit, though.
Very simple. I think it's campy and funny, and I do think it's a little bit out of her like comfort zone, which I do appreciate. However, we've seen this look done, a lot better in many other places. I'm like giving this like a nooch, I think, or a light grease. I know, it looks like it's in her actual asshole.
It's a very good illusion there. Honestly, I think with a different wig, this could have been a sleigh. Like if it was like
Sure.
a mane. I also live in this look that she is not wearing tights. Like this is her real body. She looks
I know, that's insane.
I think she looks sickening. It's just the hair, like really is just the hair. And the
Very-
bodysuit could
very
be
ugly.
a little more elevated or whatever, but I'm still greasing this.
No slandering.
Okay, taint to burnt her.
Oh my god, this was so good. Like, this is so polished. Like, every detail is there. It looks well made. It looks like it might even be leather. Like, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe not. And the hair. I love Tina in dark hair. Big, giant Wonder Woman hair. This is a big fat grease.
This is like so different for her too, like with the dark hair and wearing something that's like so structured. It's
Ugh.
so pretty. And this is also just a really cool concept for this runway because, there's obvious things that people are going to wear for a Wild West theme and incorporating the ropes but still having the element of like the horse saddle.
Yeah.
And being reminiscent of that. And then like also giving it the Wonder Woman vibe was a grease mama.
'Twas a grease, mama.
It was a grease. Kerri Colby, Wild Wild West.
Okay, yeah, the hat is a boot. I feel like this is all like just a bunch of random shit pulled together a little bit. Like different pieces, and then like the actual like torso part of this like doesn't make any sense to me either. I'm just like, is this actually like what's going on? Like I know that she's like tiny little model-esque and can just wear strips of fabric, but
Yeah.
that just looks like literally strips of fabric. And then like, are we wearing transparent chaps? Is that what this is? I don't know. This was really weird, and I feel like it has a lot of potential, but I'm nooching this as well.
Yeah. At first I really liked it and I was like, oh my god, she looks like Beyonce.
Yes, Drew.
And then I think what it is just I like the hair a lot on her. Because
Yes,
as I
me
started to
too.
look at it, I was like, wait a second. Because like you're saying, the the bodice is very kind of random, and it has this like
It's
weird
strange.
strip hanging down in the puswacha, and it's just like I'm not quite sure what it is supposed to be. And then it's like, okay, the theme is Wild Wild West. You're wearing kind of a cowboy hat, but what else about this would say Wild Wild West? Because also the theme isn't necessarily even Texas. It's Wild Wild
The chaps.
West.
She's
Yeah,
wearing
it's-
chaps.
I do not know. It doesn't necessarily work. She looks beautiful, but I did nooch this. Joshita is going to hate this so much, OMG, is my note for Mistress Isabelle Brooks.
Yeah, I'm giving this a nooch in a negative manner.
Derogatory nooch.
The only thing that I want to say about this look is the face and the hair are a huge serve.
Yeah.
Huge serve. She
But
looks
you're talking about Mistress
so...
now? I know you were talking about me.
I fucking hate you. You fucking dumb bitch. Yeah, no, Mistress's face looks amazing here, and her wig is beautiful. Everything else, throw it out. Literally
out.
light it on fire.
Okay.
The legs were weird. They were like
Yes.
pant / nude illusion / I don't fucking know
It's
what the hell this
suede.
was.
It's suede.
Ew.
Yeah, and it just needed to be darker because it looks like deadass looks like her skin tone.
It does. It looks like her skin, and it looks like it's supposed to be a nude illusion.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all. It's, yeah, derogatory nooch.
Okay. See, Mistress being from Texas, I was expecting like pageant gown, like dynasty is what I was expecting. I guess I'm happy that it's something different, but at the same time, like, yeah, the pants are like, the suede on the pants is weird. If that had been like cow prints, I think I would have loved it. Like the print with the flames, I think would have been like so over the top, or even just darker, like purposefully a darker shade, and it would have highlighted the actual idea that's going on there. But yeah, something's a little bit off about like the shaping of the pant, and I don't know. It's really, really cheesy.
Yeah, no one read the fit. No one read anything. No one
Yeah.
even fucking. No one
So
said
I
anything.
I did nooch this, not necessarily in a derogatory way, but just a regular.
Well, you better start getting derogatory.
Oh my god, I put a short out where we're talking about Mistress, where her design runway, where she had like the crazy ass padding, and then you say like, anyway, I hated this. This is bad. It's awful. I hate it. Mistress should die. Basically, the downvotes that short is getting, the Mistress fans are out and they are hating on the Grease Mama.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, Lydia Butthole Collins.
This is really cool. Like, this is like kind of spooky, kooky, like Lydia's personality. It gives a little bit of fashion. I love this. I love her style. I think it's really cool. And this black long wig. Oh my
you
God,
like
I love
it?
this so much. I hate you. No. I love this a lot. I think she's great. I think she's a cutie patootie, and this is a big Grease.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with the pants.
I like the way that it's like sewn together.
It's so different and just unexpected. And the jean as well, the jean everywhere else is so structured and it fits her so well. And like she made like everything, and that is crazy impressive. Like I just love that Lydia is such a, her drag is such a like love note to the creativity and the like rejection of spending all of this money on drag and like just doing it because you are an artist and this is like how you express yourself. Yeah, and she did this in 5 fucking days. Insane. The headpiece, I want that headpiece desperately. So
Looking
cool.
like a bomb ass queen. But yeah, this was great. Love her. Love this.
Yeah, a big greasy salad dressing oil spill. Okay, and finally we have Jorgeous.
This is very polished. I kind of wish it was like. I just wish Jorgeous would have went a different direction with it. overall, just like for my own taste. But I mean, this Jorgeous looks great. Like, this is really well done and polished and sparkly, and it fits the theme. And we get Jorgeous in red hair, which we don't get too often.
Yeah.
I give this a Grease.
There is such a fine line between saloon girl and showgirl. And I think because of the fabric here and the color, the line's like even thinner, right? Because this is not like a traditional like color or fabric for what a saloon girl like would have been wearing. So I think it really needed a bustle on the back, because that's like the one thing that really separates them in my mind. And I think that would have made me like this more. I love this. I love the top and the stars, but I think it needed something to make it less showgirl. But it
I agree with
gorgeous.
that for sure.
So agrees. The runways this week were all like really good. So pretend that this lip sync is not on the screen yet.
Okay, everyone close your eyes.
How are you feeling about the critiques for this week?
Like, pretty wrong in general.
Yeah.
I think they didn't give Kerri enough praise. I think the one critique that they had for Tina was bullshit.
Yes.
I think that Lydia was kind of overhyped. And just like, I feel like this was a very like all over the place judging week. This bracket is weird.
If Kerri and Tina had been in the top, like that would have totally set this bracket on fire and could have actually set up some, like, I mean, no, this was a very interesting, turn once we get to the actual like awarding of points, I guess. It was, it was dramatic, but like it could have still been with them getting the recognition that they deserved. I really think that Kerri and Tina should have been the tops. Those were my tops this week. And they both had amazing performances. I think Tina definitely should have been in the top because her runway was also amazing, whereas like Kerri's was a little bit, on the nooch side for both of us. But I would have put them in the top over the fucking Twink Brigade, but RuPaul has to have his 2 blood boys now to continue keeping him young.
To suck up all their youth.
Yes, he needs their adrenochrome or their stem cells or whatever.
And the lip sync song is Texas Hold'em by Beyonce, which is a very weird choice.
I agree.
I mean, if we're gonna go and pay for a Beyonce song, like, let's do a Beyonce song. Like, the fuck? And for it to fit your taste, it could even be from 4. So but no, it was very low tempo. Like, Jorgeous is probably one of the only queens who could probably pull this off very well. Like, and it wasn't that entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. It was just like, why did they pick this fucking song? Production is strange, Yeah,
it was a weird choice, and it's like, this is like a real mid-tempo number, and it's so difficult to like find that energy that you're wanting. I do think that Jorgeous was the obvious winner here. I just like felt bad for Lydia because I was like, what do you even do?
She was like yelling, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, she was giving Lydia and what we expect from her performance of that kind of like, thing.
She lost because of the shoes. She was wearing Corey's shoes.
Oh. You know what's funny is there is a moment where they like cut away from her where she's like on the stage doing this thing, and because her shoe gets caught in her tights, I'm pretty sure.
Arnar.
Jorgeous wins, which brings her to 7.5 points and Lydia to 6 points.
Yes, and now we must give away the MVQ points on stage right away because they're done. No more episodes.
Yes, so it's time for gay math, and Tina and Nicole Paige Brooks had kind of decided to send Kerri forward as a way to try and keep Mistress out of the top. Did we think that there was a chance that Mistress was not about to make it?
I kind of hoped, but I knew that she was never gonna give somebody who could potentially overtake her a point. Like, she was definitely always gonna give somebody who one of the top two a point.
Yeah. But her, MPB and Tina both give their points to Kerri. Kerri gives her point to Tina, and now Mistress Isabelle Brooks has this like big speech about how she knew that Kerri was never going to give her a point because she's fake. And I mean, did they really have, like, was that really their agreement? You know, like,
Yeah.
They had
and
this kind of-
first make Kate, you're right.
they had this kind of Texas girl group, but it really was just Mistress and Jorgeous. Like, Kerri never benefited from that, whatever they were talking about for 5 seconds on the first day.
Yeah, no, she was never part of that group. She just pretended to be.
Yeah. But Mistress gives her point to Lydia, which was, I mean, kind of iconic, honestly. Like, it sucks. It sucks. But that was a gag.
But the thing is like, out of the three, Kerri's the one I would want to see the least make it to the semifinal. I would have rather seen Tina or Nicole.
I would have really liked to see Tina, because Tina was, like, on a tear.
She should have won 2 of these episodes. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
Like, fucked up that we're saying this about Tina Burner.
I know. Yeah, I think Tina definitely had the most to show. But we still have the wild card lottery, which I realize is not a full-on losers bracket. It's like someone is selected at random out of whatever queens are selected by the returning judges or regular judges.
Yeah. So, however that's going to work, just pull a string or two and figure it out.
Yeah.
But next week, bracket 3 begins, and it's our final bracket. Can I just say that I loved the pacing and the rhythm of this season, because I feel like just as you're getting like settled really in and getting to know the queens well in each bracket, it's like, okay, it's cemented in, they've done what they've done, let's move on. And it's like bang, bang. It's really fun. I like it.
It is. It's really fun. It makes editing really easy because there's only 6 people per thing. It's been really nice. Like, I almost wish we could do something like this for regular seasons. Like, I think it's so much more fun than
it is. It's fun. I just hope that the semifinal is good, is as good as the first, 9 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, it would fucking suck if we got to the semifinals and it was just ass.
What?
Just a couple of stinkers.
Couple of stinkers.
Next week starts off the 3rd bracket with a design challenge. There was not a design challenge in the first bracket.
Yeah, that wasn't there?
No. I don't think so. Am I wrong? Chat?
There was the 8 ball.
Was the 2nd bracket.
That was the 2nd bracket. All right. Yeah, no, there must have not have been.
That seems kind of like...
They got lucky.
Yeah. I almost wish that they would do like a design challenge, an acting challenge, and like a dancing challenge.
They did get the makeover though.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of a design challenge, but they didn't really have to make a garment.
They did the makeover, they did acting, and what was the other one?
The rock and roll challenge.
Yeah, the very first episode, right.
Yeah. Okay, Joshita, anything else you have to say? Speak now or forever hold your grease.
Never. No, I don't have anything to say. I am not a snitch.
Damn. Okay. So next week we might be streaming on Monday or some other different day, or on Tuesday. It depends on the corn dog situation. We will have live corn dog updates from the salad dressing spill downtown.
Korean corn dogs from the Thai place or whatever you said. Vietnamese place.
They're so good.
All right.
We can have a mukbang.
I'm gonna go smoke cigarettes.
I'm so
I'm down for a mukbang.
I hate you and your cigarettes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fucking smoke one. Just vaporize it.
Okay, I'll come over and bum a few. But okay, we love you all. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.